Last week's near-miss encounter with a city-killer asteroid should inspire a little scientific humility, a humility we should apply to every scientific endeavor. For the Colson Center, I'm John Stonestreet. This is Breakpoint. In the 1998 movie Armageddon, the administrator of NASA, was played by Billy Bob Thornton, informs the president that a huge asteroid's on a collision course with the Earth. The president asks, "Why didn't we see this coming?" The administrator replies that their budget only allows us to track about 3% of the sky. And begging your pardon, sir, it's a really big sky. This scene came to mind after reading about an asteroid designated 2019OK. On July 25th, this 100-meter wide piece of rock passed within 73,000 kilometers of Earth. Now, to put that distance in perspective, the moon is 384,000 kilometers from the Earth. While 2019OK wasn't big enough to be a planet killer, it could have taken out a large city. That's why one planetary scientist called the pass-by, quote, uncomfortably close. Even more uncomfortable was that no one noticed the big rock coming our way until it was almost on top of us. It wasn't being tracked, so it wasn't on any list of objects that would be passing near the Earth. But, as they say in sports, no harm, no foul. Sure, it jangled some nerves, but no one was hurt by our failure to detect 2019OK until it was too late to do anything about it. Still, there's a lesson I hope we learn here. Though no one was hurt physically, our collective scientific egos should be hurt, or at least chastened. The consistent claims of omniscience that's afforded to science these days has once again proven to be false. Too often, what's called science these days is in fact scientism. Scientism holds that science, as defined by its proponents, is the only objective means by which we can judge things, and the only legitimate way we can even know anything in the first place. Scientism, masquerading as science, is everywhere. Take a recent Washington Post article entitled 5 Myths About Consciousness. One of those myths was that, quote, science will never understand consciousness. The author, after calling the whole idea pernicious, assured readers that the argument that difficult science problems are unsolvable has a very poor track record. After all, an entire profession, anesthesiology, he said, is devoted to safely turning consciousness off and on again. You see what he did there? He defined consciousness as essentially being awake, as opposed to what it usually means, the awareness of our own existence, thoughts, environment, and apartness from others. Drugging someone till they fall asleep doesn't bring you any closer to understanding consciousness than putting them in a coma by hitting them with a blunt object would. But claims to scientific omniscience require this kind of reductionism. Now, usually, claims of inevitable omniscience like this are at most pretentious. The only real harm is us rolling our eyes so far in the back of our head they stick. The danger of our arrogance is much more palpable, though, when it comes to other issues, such as playing God with the human genome. As I've said several times now on Breakpoint, gene editing technology such as CRISPR has been made widely available with no more ethical guidance given than an admonition to, play nice. We simply cannot predict the physical and social impact of this gene editing technology. But of course, that won't stop us. The potentially disastrous process of trial and error with this technology won't ever cause us to admit that we aren't nearly as smart as we think we are. Or maybe we should put it this way. Tracking asteroids, which follows well-known laws of physics, is child's play compared to manipulating the human genome. And asteroids still manage to sneak up on us. If we don't learn from incidents like the 2019OK unexpected flyby, our next surprise visitor could find out that there's no one left here to destroy. For Breakpoint, I'm John Stonestreet.